Welcome to the latest action from the 2024 Paralympic Games being hosted in Paris. In these highlights, huge crowds packed the Stade de France for a special night of para-athletics. The first badminton medals at these games were settled. And aiming for Paralympic glory at the archery range. Welcome to
The People's Republic of China have been one of the form sides in women's wheelchair basketball and had an opportunity to consolidate their lead at the top of Group A. Their opponents, Great Britain, with a win and a defeat so far. All players need a little luck to get started. Zhang Tongli popped one up. Gravity did the rest. China with a quick start. A response from Robin Love. Timeout for China and a return to the tactics board. Coach not happy with the setup of his side. And it appeared to work. 6 unanswered points to give them a comfortable first quarter lead. Great Britain hadn't quite found their rhythm. China forcing the error. Zhang Tongli turning defence into attack. The Chinese passing, moving and shooting. Too good for Team GB. China 12 clear at half-time. British fans inside the Bercy Arena knew their side had to win the third quarter to have any chance in the game. China scored first, but Robin Love responded from distance. But Great Britain were unable to find the basket consistently, unlike the Chinese. Their combinations like clockwork. Shen Zhuijing for a 16-point lead. Love continued to lead the way for GB. She'd pick up 15 points in the game. But they couldn't get close. China too slick, too sharp, too strong. Their team operating in perfect synchronization. The ambition to upgrade Tokyo silver into Parisian gold looks eminently achievable. 47-62 final score. The Netherlands and Spain went into their wheelchair basketball group game with identical records. Both had beaten Australia but lost to the United States of America, so a tight game lay ahead. The Dutch struck first, Matthias Bellers picking up 6 early points. The prolific Alejandro Zarzuela found his range, scoring twice for Spain. Before an unusual stoppage, a quick pit stop to repair a flat tyre. The Netherlands opened up an 8-point lead through Geese Evan. But Spanish captain Asier Garcia struck twice in the final 30 seconds of the quarter to close the gap. It appeared to energise his side, no one more so than Jordi Ruiz, coming off the bench and finding the basket at will. The Dutch didn't learn. Same player, same position, same result. Down by 6, Mendel Optenorth's field goal with seconds of the half remaining felt important. Into the second half, and the Netherlands, trailing since early in the second quarter, got back in front. Bellers with a big shot from distance. But points and assists from Ortega and Zarzuela meant the Spanish maintained their advantage going into the break. 3 points down, the Dutch had to score first. They didn't. Ortega in off the backboard. And the same player knocked this down for 3 to give his side a little extra insurance. The Spanish coach made some changes to consolidate the lead. He needn't have worried, because Ignacio Ortega was unplayable and on another level to the rest. Spain won 68-53 to go second in Group B.
The world record holder from Switzerland, Catherine de Brunner, was the favourite for gold in the women's 800 metres T53. She'd won bronze at this distance in Tokyo, but has continued to progress and has had an outstanding season. Samantha Kinghorn from Great Britain was likely to be her closest challenger after missing out on a medal in Tokyo. De Bruyne went out hard from the start and led all the way until she crossed the finish line in a new Paralympic record of 1.4104. In the silver medal position was Kinghorn with an outstanding performance, and Zhu Hongxuan of the People's Republic of China took the bronze. Ecuador's Polis Mendez Sanchez, the Paralympic champion from Tokyo, set the target for the remainder of the field with an opening throw of 14 metres 31 in the women's shot put F20 final. Next up was French favourite Gloria Aglé-Magnon, energised by the crowd to produce a personal best with her fourth attempt of 14.43. But no one came close to the throw of Great Britain's Sabrina Fortune. She already had the world record, and she broke it again with a distance of 15 metres 12 and the gold medal. Silver to France and bronze for Ecuador. The world and Paralympic champion from Great Britain, Hannah Cockcroft, was the fastest qualifier in the women's 100 metres T34. She's dominated this distance since 2012 and was the one to beat in the final. Her teammate, Kari Adenegin, started well alongside her. But then Cockcroft pulled away for a comfortable win and another gold medal. Adenegin with silver and bronze to Chinese athlete Lan Hanyu. In the women's 200 metres T35, Zhao Tia from the People's Republic of China was going for her third gold medal in this event. She's the world record holder too. Despite a slow start, she showed her strength to power to the finish. Chinese teammate Guoqi Chang was second to take silver. And what an achievement too by Indian sprinter Preeti Pal, who was making her Paralympic debut and winning a bronze medal. Paralympic champion Pong Sakorn Payo from Thailand has dominated the men's 400 metres T53 event. He was fastest in the heats with a season's best. But could he match or better that in the final? The answer was most definitely yes. Another hugely impressive gold medal for Payo. Brent Lakatos of Canada won silver with a season's best, and Brian Seaman of the United States of America took bronze. 4 athletes lined up with their guides in the men's 400 metres T11. Junior Guillaume Atanagana from the refugee Paralympic team was fastest in the semi-finals. The crowd were right behind local favourite Tokyo silver medalist Timothy Adolphe from Versailles, and he led for most of the way. But then what a finish from Venezuela's Anderson Santos Gonzalez to claim the gold medal. Another silver for Adolphe and bronze to Atangana.
It was a tough race. I started really well the first lap and Samantha pushed me a lot. The second lap I felt quite tired, so I really tried to get in a good rhythm, but I struggled a little bit. But I'm incredibly happy I could bring it till the end.
This is number 8. I had to count then, but honestly I think this one means the most. I think every games it's getting harder and harder. There's new girls, there's younger girls, there's really talented girls coming through, and every 4 years I have to do something different. I have to find something different, and yeah, I'm just so thankful that 12 years on I can still do that.
The men's shot put F53 final was a memorable event for all those watching, thanks to the performances of 2 men, Abdelila Ghani of Morocco and Giga Ochkikidze of Georgia. Ghani went into the competition as the world record holder thanks to a throw of 8 metres 84 centimetres earlier this year. But in just a few minutes at the Stade de France, he beat that record several times. 5 of his 6 throws beat the old mark, and this was the best. 9 metres 22 centimetres for Abdelila Ghani. But then came current world champion Ochkikidze. What could he do in response? A huge throw, and now the world record belonged to Giga Ochkakidze of Georgia. 9 meters 66 the distance. And he's not just the new record holder, he's the Paralympic champion in the men's shot put F53 category.
It's great experience. Thank you all. It's very important for me. It's I don't know how to say. Thank you everyone. Golden medal and world record go to Georgia. Thank you, Georgia. Thank you, Georgia.
The second final of the day at the Châteauroux Shooting Centre was the mixed 10-metre air rifle prone SH2. Following qualifying, the top 8 athletes made the final. One by one, the shooters would be eliminated to determine who would emerge the Paralympic champion. After already winning a silver at Paris 2024, Frenchman Tanguy Delaforêt was hoping to go one better this time around. He made a superb start. A 10.7 here, he would go on to be the points leader after 10 shots. Eliminated first though, and finishing in 8th was Italian Roberto Lazzaro. Next to go, after a tense shoot-off, Republic of Korea's Lee Seol-jae departed. Just 0.1 points the difference. Despite a 10.8 on their final shot, Thailand's Anderson Chaikaman followed. So did the defending champion Serbia's Dragan Ristic, who wasn't able to repeat his heroics from Tokyo. With Portugal's Marida Lapa and Japan's Mizuta Mika tied, it meant a shoot-off to see who would finish 4th. 9.8 for Lapa. 10.7 for Mizuto, the Japanese shooter guaranteed a medal. Brazil's Alexandra Augusto Galgani remained ahead of Mizuta. A maximum of 10.9 right when he needed it, it would be bronze for Mizuta. But it was home hope Delaforêt who had pulled away. He just had to hold his nerve for one final shot. A 10.5 enough to secure the gold, a final score of 255.4 and the Frenchman's first Paralympic gold medal. A special moment for the French crowd and for Delaforêt, finally a gold medal in his 6th Paralympic Games.
It's a beautiful day. Gold medal after a silver medal, 2 medals in this Paralympic Games in Paris. It's just amazing. Family, friends, all the French people here helped me to win this gold medal. It was just amazing. Thank you a lot for all French people here.
On the opening day of the individual table tennis competition,
women's singles 4, round of 16, representing France,
Having already won a bronze in the mixed doubles, VTA got to work in the singles and wasn't at the table for long. Comfortably beating Serbia's Nada Matic 3-0 to book her place in the WS4 quarterfinals. Boutier could be on course to meet Great Britain's Megan Shackleton in the gold medal match. She also eased into the last 8 after beating Galia Al-Nazi of Saudi Arabia by the same scoreline.
Yes!
Elsewhere, 20-year-old Anja Handen of Sweden could be one to watch in the WS10 category. On her Paralympic debut, she beat Ho Xiong-Xiao of the People's Republic of China, winning 3-0 to reach the quarterfinals. There was a shock in the opening round of the men's MS3 category. Sweden's Alexander Ogren,
table 3, men's singles 10, round of 16,
was up against the debutant Eda Rodriguez of Spain. Ogren sits higher in the world rankings, but it was Rodriguez who impressed. putting the Spaniard into the last 16. But the biggest cheer of all at the South Paris Arena was reserved for Mateo De Hayes. The Frenchman putting on a show against Ivan Karpov. Winning 3-0 to book his place in the MS10 quarter-finals. De Hayes won silver 3 years ago in Tokyo. I would love to go one better this time around in front of an adoring home crowd.
In the wheelchair tennis quad doubles semi-finals, top seeds and defending champions Sam Schroeder and Niels Vink of the Netherlands faced Donald Rampaddy and Lucas Sitoli of South Africa. The Dutch pair dominated the opening set, easing through it for the loss of just a single game. And the second set followed a similar pattern. Trailing 5-1, the South African Sitoli served to stay in the match. A superb volley from Rapandi won them a point. But it was a long way back, and the Dutch pair won 3. An emphatic 6-1, 6-1 win for a place in the final and the chance to defend their Tokyo 2020 title. The second quad doubles semi-final saw Andy Lapthorne and Gregory Slade of Great Britain take on Leandro Pena and Humanitu Silva of Brazil. The British pair raced through the opening set, taking it after just 23 minutes on court. They pushed on to open out an early second set lead and appeared to be in control. But Pena and Silva stepped up and forced their way back into contention. They produced impressive moments. However, they faltered at the last. Lapthorne and Slade won the key points in the 12th game for a 7-5, 6-1 win.
7-5.
And advanced to play for the gold medal. The women's doubles quarter-finals saw top seeds and defending champions Dieter de Groot and Aniek van Koot of the Netherlands in action. They were taking on Otani Momoko and Takamura Saki of Japan. The Japanese pair held their own in the early stages, playing with plenty of precision to keep their opponents in check. But the Dutch duo were able to raise their games as the set reached its conclusion, to take it 6-4. Otani and Takamura held firm once more at the start of the second set. But the Netherlands pair were in ruthless mood. They powered through the remainder of the set with a flurry of well-taken wins. Relentless pressure forced an error from their opponents on match point. A 6-4, 6-1 win, and with it, a place in the semi-finals.
At the North Paris Arena, the second round of games in Pool B of the men's sitting volleyball concluded as Germany took on Ukraine. Impressive in their opening victory over Brazil, a German win would take them into the last four for the first time since taking a bronze medal at London 2012. They trailed early on but soon staged a comeback as Heiko Wiesenthal's lovely swing helped Germany to the first set. Ukraine had to win to stay alive, and captain Denis Bitchenko showed the way as his side took the second set to level up the match. Amidst the sportsmanship, the third set was hard fought, but the Germans pounced to open up a 5-point lead midway through before stretching away. Two-one up, Francis Tonlu hit yet another winner on the night to ensure Germany
joined the Islamic Republic of Iran in making the semi-finals from Pool A, with Ukraine and Brazil now playing for pride.
In the last match of Day 4, France's women had it all to do against the United States of America. The latter have won the last 2 Paralympics, while the hosts are making their debut. Stung by an opening day defeat to the People's Republic of China, the Americans needed to win and took just 12 minutes to win the opening set 25-5. The second set was even more one-sided, as the defending champions lost just 1 point while winning 22 in a row. The home support kept backing their team, though, and cheered every French point as if it had won them the match. But that honour went to American captain Monique Matthews, who fired home an ace to secure a victory that was never in doubt. The Americans must now beat Italy in their final Pool A game to reach the semi-finals, which France can no longer reach.
You've got to come to terms with your injuries and your newfound disability. So for me, using sport and using rugby was great for me to get out there and not have to worry about not learning to walk again and things like that. Once you start getting into the sport, you become more and more hooked on it and you become more and more competitive. And I think having those goals for myself was vital.
My name's Stuart Robinson and I play wheelchair rugby for Great Britain.
So I was injured serving in the RAF in the UK military. I played rugby before, able-bodied rugby. I kind of went through my pathway of taking part in the Victus Games, and then I made the step up to the elite squad, and obviously my whole goal from then was to try and make it to a Paralympic Games. Fortunately for me, my first Games was Tokyo, where we come away with gold medal, so it's pretty high standards to start with. We'd obviously gone in there pretty confident that we were going to win, and the goal was always to come back with the gold medal, but to see ourselves on that stage after all the hard work from the last 4 years of that cycle, and luckily for us, we'd gone out there and we played really well, but to have that icing on the cake, should we say, to have that gold medal on the net was just an unbelievable feeling, and one that'll probably live with me for the rest of my life. This cycle's been a little bit different. Obviously, we're trying to squeeze in a full 4-year Paralympic cycle into 3 years. It's been one that we've relished. We've enjoyed every single moment of it. No matter the performances or the results at tournaments hasn't been the greatest, but obviously the goal now is to continue that trend of winning gold medals, and hopefully we can do that again in Paris. You have to not only be strong enough to push the chair around and not be able to get smashed all over the place, but you also need to be light enough to have that speed whilst you're on court. You've got to be agile, you've got to be able to move the chair, able to think about where to do more than one thing at once. But every athlete will probably no doubt have a shelf life of where they can and can't take the sport, but we'll hope they can keep growing it and see where this can take us. So fingers crossed that we're going to have the next group of athletes coming through, and if that means that they come through and they take my place, they're better than me, I'd be quite happy to sit on the side and watch them play. And obviously if it helps grow the sport, it helps GB continue to win gold medals, then it can only be for the good of the sport.
The second semi-final of the wheelchair rugby competition at the Champs de Mars Arena saw defending champions Great Britain taking the United States of America in a repeat of the Tokyo 2020 final. Stuart Robinson scored for Great Britain, showcasing his trademark raw power to pull them level at 7-7. The United States took a 12-11 lead, seconds before the first break. Chuck Aoki, the scorer. Team USA stretched ahead in the second period. Sarah Adams used her usual pace and mobility for a try that took them to 1914 to put Great Britain under pressure. A couple of timely late turnovers saw Team GB pulling closer, trailing by just 3 midway through the match. The USA edged the third as Great Britain struggled to make inroads. pace late on from Trap Melton to put them 4 points clear. Superb defence from the United States set the tone in the final period, forcing Great Britain into ambitious play and mistakes. Josh Wheeler took advantage, racing away for a try to give his side a 43-37 lead, the most significant advantage of the match so far. With the clock ticking down, it was a long way back for Great Britain. And the USA had the final say. Wheeler once more, this time completing the scoring. A 50-43 win for the United States of America and the chance to play for the gold medal.
I've played GB dozens of times in my career, and so they're a great opponent, so we knew we had to absolutely bring it from start to finish, and I thought the team really did that today. It's fantastic. You know, it's a great feeling, but it's also a feeling of unsatisfied because we have one more game to win.
For the fourth evening of Para swimming finals, a wonderful atmosphere at La Défense Arena. Among the first swimmers to savour it was Yang Hong of the People's Republic of China. He'd broken the world record in the 200 metres SM6 individual medley. Now he was after the 100 metres SB6 breaststroke title. But after the first length, he had work to do, with Andrei Trusov of Ukraine leading the way. Yang's closing speed was decisive again. Another gold medal and a Paralympic record too. His time 1 minute 18.34 seconds. The final of the 200 metres SM8 individual medley was a test of all-round ability, with the length of the pool swum in each stroke. The race became a battle between two swimmers from the People's Republic of China. And Zhu Haijiao held on to upgrade the silver he won in this event at Tokyo 2020. Yang Guanlong took silver. The lineup for the final of the 100 metres S11 backstroke for visually impaired swimmers included the defending champion Mikhailo Serbin of Ukraine. He had struggled in qualifying and faced a challenge from 16-year-old Javid Krotochvil of Czechia, who had already won gold at these games. The teenager led at the turn, but Serbin found his form when it mattered. He charged through to retain his title and also break his own world record for the event. Serbin's time 1 minute 5.84 seconds. One of the biggest cheers of the night was reserved for 18-year-old French swimmer Dimitri Granjou before the SM4 150 metres individual medley. But the overwhelming favourite was neutral Paralympic athlete Roman Zhdanov, the defending champion. And he proved too strong over the 3 lengths of backstroke, breaststroke and freestyle, winning by almost 7.5 seconds. Granjou finished 5th. The final of the 100 metres SB5 breaststroke saw Antoni Ponce Bertran of Spain line up as the fastest qualifier from the heats. But he couldn't match the stunning first leg of Switzerland's Leo McRae. The 20-year-old held on to win the gold, his first ever Paralympic medal. The lineup for the 100 metres S10 freestyle included Thomas Gallagher of Australia and Stefano Raimondi of Italy, who had both already won gold medals at Paris 2024. The race was close throughout, but Raimondi always held a narrow lead and took gold in 51.40 seconds. Gallagher had to settle for bronze behind fellow Australian Rowan Crothers. One of the undoubted stars of Paralympic swimming, Gabriel Giraldo dos Santos Araujo, was in action in the final of the SM3 150 metres individual medley. The Brazilian broke the SM2 world record in the heats, but this was a tougher classification, and the pace was set by Ahmed Kelly of Australia. Only for Jazir Topf of Germany to use his freestyle speed on the final length to take gold. After the race, the gold medalist paid tribute to the man he defeated.
I only won because of you.
Araujo finished 4th, but lowered the SM2 world record yet again.
It's a dream become true, and it's amazing. I'm really happy to win. Yes, freestyle is not my stroke, but today I'm energy, and this victory is for all the public.
Well, one of my strengths is my speed in the last 10 meters, so I knew I can rely on it, but it was really, really hard. The last Paralympics I couldn't imagine even to be under the top 3, and now I won this Paralympics, so it's just amazing, and I couldn't dreamed of it.
At Les Invalides, the men's individual compound open para-archery competition came to a close. The maximum score in each of the head-to-head contests was 150, with archers given 15 arrows to fire at a target 50 metres away. When the scores are level after 5 ends, archers would go to a single arrow shoot-off, with the arrow closest to the central mark taking the win. Number 1 seed Ai Xinliang from the People's Republic of China was close to the maximum score of 150 in his quarter-final. Disappointment at dropping 2 points was short-lived as he advanced, tying the Paralympic record score of 148. Whilst India's Rakesh Kumar went to another shoot-off, finding the precision and the pressure to go through. And the United States of America's Matt Stutzman was able to celebrate again as he kept his nerve to advance to the semi-final with a 1-point win. Ai Xinliang secured the first spot in the gold medal match, winning his semi-final with another high score, before Stutzman faced China's He Zhihao in semi-final 2. In a breathtaking contest, the archers were level after 14 near-perfect arrows. 10 for He, 9 for Stutzman. Upon closer inspection, it was touching the line of the central section. The score was a 10, and he'd have a chance in a shoot-off after all. The moment was his. Stutzman was through to the gold medal match. He Zhihao recovered impressively, finishing with 3 10s to win the bronze medal match against India's Kumar.
10-10-10, perfect score.
But the gold medal contest was between Ai and Stutzman. Going into the final end, just 1 point separated the pair. Stutzman had the advantage. And this time he would need no shoot-off, as he won with a new Paralympic record score of 149. The bronze medal went to He Zhihao. Ai Xinliang, also of the People's Republic of China, took silver. And in his 4th Paralympic Games, Matt Stutzman won the men's individual compound open gold medal for the United States of America.
The finest Paralympic athletes in the world were gathered at the Stade de France for the latest track and field action at Paris 2024. Switzerland's Manuela Schari, one of the big stars, defending her women's 800 metres T54 crown. A vastly experienced athlete appearing at her 6th Games. She was handily placed at the bell. Leah Bayakula from Belgium leading. What watch out as Shari turns on the style in the closing stages. An impressive performance from the Swiss racer, who set a new Paralympic record of 1 minute 42.36 seconds. The final of the men's 100 metres T44 was wide open. World record holder Pumelelo Malongo, the slight favourite. The South African in lane 4 made a blistering start, chased by Yamal Luis Viva Suarez of Cuba. Malongo had claimed his first medal at his third Games, and it was gold. His time 11.12 seconds. The smiling Malongo thrilled with the result. Another classic race was in prospect in the men's 100 metres T13 category. Skanda Ahmani from Algeria in green was involved in a frantic battle with Salam Kashafali from Norway. Ahmani winning the duel in a new Paralympic record time of 10.42 seconds. One of the most exciting finishes came in the men's 400 metres T54. The early leader was Thailand's Afuat Pangnua in lane 8. He won silver in this event at Tokyo 2020 and was aiming to improve on that display after an explosive start. But a threat loomed in the form of Dai Yuan Chang. The athlete from the People's Republic of China was on his inside in lane 7. Coming into the home straight, Pangnua was still in front. But things were about to change. A devastating finish from Dai. He had timed his challenge to perfection and would take the gold medal. 44.55 seconds was a new Paralympic record. Making his Paralympic debut was discus thrower Rigavan Ganashamurti. And what a way for the Italian to announce his arrival. Setting a new world record with a throw of 27 metres, 6 centimetres. More than 3 metres further than the previous best, as Ganashamurti took the gold medal in the F52 class. The favourite to win the men's high jump T47 was Rob Townsend of the United States of America. He had the pedigree, having won gold at the last 2 games. Townsend had already retained his title before he cleared 2 metres 12 to underline his superiority over the field.
The penultimate paracycling event at Paris 2024 was the women's C5 3,000 metre individual pursuit. The bronze medal race featured New Zealand's Nicole Murray, 4th in this event in Tokyo 2020, and Claudia Creti of Italy, making her Paralympics debut. Murray had the edge over the opening laps and looked comfortable throughout, slowly opening up a gap back to the chasing Creti. With a kilometre to go, her lead was over 4 seconds. On the final lap, Murray could see her opponent ahead of her on the straight. She didn't quite make the catch, but an impressive ride nonetheless to take her first Paralympic medal. Bronze to Nicole Murray of New Zealand. The final would give the home fans a supporting dilemma, as it featured 2 French riders. Heidi Gauguin, a back-to-back world champion in this event, was set against compatriot Marie Petouillet, the Tokyo 2020 bronze medalist. Gauguin, just 19 years of age, was trailing in the early stages. Petouillet, 17 years her senior, showing her experience. As they entered the final kilometre, there was still very little in it. Gauguin coming back at her compatriot. But Petouillet had saved something for the final tours. She edged ahead and eventually won by more than 2 seconds. A 1-2 for the host nation, silver for Heidi Gauguin and gold for Marie Petouillet. The final event at the National Velodrome was the open C1 to C5 750 metre team sprint, a mixed gender competition featuring riders with differing impairments. The bronze medal race was contested by host nation France and Australia.
Gordon Allen was the Australian lead-out rider against Gatien Le Rousseau, and he gave his team a slight lead. However, France's Kevin Lecomte had the measure of Alistair Donohoe and put the hosts back in front at the 2/3 mark. Australia had the 1,000-metre time trial gold medalist Corey Boddington on the anchor leg, and he put in a tremendous final stint. Australia winning by almost a second to take the bronze medal. Defending champions and current world record holders Great Britain qualified fastest and contested the gold medal race against Spain, the Tokyo 2020 bronze medalists. The talented British team of Kadina Cox, Jaco van Haas and Jodie Cundy have multiple Paralympic and World Championship medals between them. Cox was the lead-out rider for Britain, and she put her team into a sizable lead after the first lap. The Spanish squad featured Ricardo Tenarhiles, Alfonso Cabello and Pablo Jaramillo, who put in the middle stint, but he was no match for Van Haas. The gap now extended to almost 2 seconds. With Cundy anchoring, the British team held on to the lead. Another gold for Great Britain's cycling team, who've accumulated an incredible haul of medals at Paris 2024.
The final pool matches at the South Paris Arena would determine who would play who in the upcoming knockout stages of the goalball competition. First up, a top-of-the-table decider in the men's Group B, as the People's Republic of China, in red, took on Ukraine. Yu Dei was the first to find the net for the Chinese, breaking the deadlock with a pacey delivery through the Ukrainian defence. Players rely on the sound of the ball and the touch of the lines on the court to orientate themselves. The team that scores the most points or leads by 10 goals wins. Yu proved pivotal for his side, securing a second to put the People's Republic of China ahead at the halfway stage by 2 goals without reply.
People's Republic.
A fast counter-attack from Yevgeny Cyanenko put them on the scoreboard. But a 6-1 win took the People's Republic of China to the top of the group, giving them the most favourable draw heading into the quarter-final stage. In the women's Pool D, hosts France took on group leaders Japan. France were looking for their first win of the Games. But even with an enthusiastic audience, it was going to be a tough ask. Japan were undefeated in the tournament so far, and by the halfway point, they'd put 3 past France without reply. The Japanese masterclass continued in the second half. The 6-0 win sealed their position at the top of the table going into the quarter-finals.
6 buts à 0 en faveur du Japon face à l'équipe de France.
Final score of the game.
Claro que a gente vem pensando no
Of
ouro,
course
cara.
we come thinking
No
about
Brasil
another gold.
pentacampeão,
Brazil are the
a
5-time
gente
champions.
nunca
We have
perdeu uma
never lost a
competição, mas
competition,
sabe que
but
tudo
we
isso
know
são
that these
números,
are just numbers,
estatísticas que
statistics that
ficam
stay
fora
off
de
the
quadra.
pitch.
Brasil é uma equipe
Brazil is a very
muito
well
bem
prepared team.
preparada,
We are
profissionais
professional in our approach,
altamente
and our technical
competentes
team
na
is highly
comissão
competent.
técnica. São atletas muito
If you have that
bons,
set
são
up
um
behind a
trabalho
group of
sério
very
que
good
vem sendo
athletes,
feito.
then you
Então
can
a
see how
consequência
serious we take
são
the game.
as medalhas.
So the
Os
consequence
jogadores
is
mais,
medals.
mais
The players are more skilled
habilidosos,
nowadays,
mais
stronger,
fortes,
and are better
são
trained because of
mais
their
bem
physical
treinados por conta
preparation.
da preparação física.
Temos esporte muito
Today
dinâmico
we have a very
em que
dynamic
os atletas
sport
mudam
where the
de
players change
posição
positions constantly,
constantemente,
where an
onde
attacker has to defend
atacante tem que
and a
defender,
defender has to
defensor
attack.
tem que
This
atacar.
change has been remarkable.
E é uma movimentação incrível.
Assim, eu me sinto bem, porque é
Well, I
algo
feel
que eu
good
gosto
because
de
it's something
fazer.
I like to do.
Me divirto,
Of course, I
claro, com
have fun,
responsabilidade,
but I have
com
responsibility because I take it
a
seriously.
seriedade.
Não tem deficiência, não tem limitações,
There's no disability, no limitations,
as
no
dificuldades são os outros
difficulties.
adversários,
It's the
que
opponents that
impõem,
impose them, but
mas
it's something
é
that
algo
we
assim que a
overcome.
gente se supera. Representando
I like
tanta
representing
gente,
Brazil,
que é o Brasil,
a country of so
representando
many people.
também
I
da minha
represent my
esposa,
wife
da
and
minha
my
família.
family.
Então,
When I'm on the
quando eu estou
pitch,
dentro de
I can
quadro,
dance all these
condenso
feelings and channel them into football,
sentimentos
so that it brings me
e
more
coloco
and
dentro do
more
futebol
joy.
para que ele traga cada vez mais alegrias para mim.
Jefinho é um jogador excepcional, um jogador
Well, he is an
diferenciado,
exceptional player, a
muito
distinguished player who's
habilidoso
very skilled.
e a
And we
gente
know
sabe
that at
que a
any
qualquer
moment
momento ele
he can
pode
produce something special and
fazer uma
decide the game
jogada
for us with his
diferenciada
moment.
e resolver o jogo pra gente, como a gente diz.
Então, é o cara que tem sido o nosso diferencial,
He's the guy who's been
é o
our
cara que tem
difference
feito os
maker.
gols, ele
He's the
mostrou
guy who's been scoring
isso
the
nas
goals.
últimas Paralimpíadas,
He showed that in the
sendo o
last
cara do
Paralympics,
Brasil, aquele cara
being the
que
guy for Brazil,
conduziu a gente
the guy who led us to the
ao título,
title.
e acredito
I
que ele
believe
está
he's ready
pronto
to help
para
us
nos
win
ajudar
gold
mais uma
once
vez
again.
rumo à sexta medalha de ouro.
A gente sabe da dificuldade
We want the gold,
e
but it's going to be
vamos
difficult.
dar o nosso
We will
melhor
give our
e
best, and
seja
whatever
o
God
que
wants will
Deus
happen.
quiser.
It's a
Vai ser
very
a
strong group,
competição
and
mais
it will be the
difícil
most
Paralimpíada,
difficult
mais difícil da
Paralympic
história,
competition and the hardest
mas
in
a gente
history.
está preparado
But we
para
are prepared to
em
go
busca
in
do nosso
search of our
objetivo,
goal,
que é
which
o
is
ouro.
gold.
Day one of the blind football contest at Paris 2024, and the first match in Group A was between Brazil and Turkey. Brazil have won every single blind football Paralympic gold medal, and they started well. An early penalty awarded to the Brazilians. Turkey's keeper Hussein Segil judged to have touched the ball outside his area. Up stepped Raimundo Nonato Alves Mendes to hammer it home. Brazil, 1 goal up. They continue to have the best of the first half chances. Nonato inches away. Brazil continue to impress in the second half. Jafinho with this stunning strike to make it 2 goals to nothing. You can see why he's known as the Paralympic Pele. Nonato went close yet again, but after Segil's save, Rosaya Aidenis took down Ricardo Steinmetz Alves. Another penalty for Brazil. Fired home yet again by Nonato. 3 goals to nothing, the score. Brazil, though, didn't have it all their own way. Emre Aslan with Turkey's best chance of the game. But a comfortable win in the end for Brazil. 3 goals to nothing, the final score.
The women's finals were packed with competitive races on day 4 of the Paris Swimming. SB6 100-metre breaststroke world record holder Lu Daomin from the People's Republic of China faced off against Tokyo 2020 Paralympic champion Maisie Summers-Newton of Great Britain. The British swimmer's dominance was never in doubt. From the beginning of the race, she was in front and she closed out strong, finishing in first place and coming in under her own Paralympic record, 1 minute 31:30. Lu Daomin received a silver medal, and the 14-year-old Paralympic debutante Yin Chuk Yan of Hong Kong, China with bronze. British world record holder Brock Whiston didn't have an easy final against the formidable neutral Paralympic athlete Victoria Ishulova in the SM8 200-metre individual medley. They lined up alongside the United States of America's Jessica Long and Alice Tai of Team GB. Tai was in first place for 2 lengths, but both Whiston and Ishulova caught up in the breaststroke. The trio fought for the win on the last length, Whiston charging into the gold medal spot ahead of Ishulova. Another highly competitive medal showdown in the S11 100-metre backstroke. It was China in first and second place, Tsai Li Wen taking gold, while Li Guizi received silver. Daria Lukyanenko, a neutral Paralympic athlete, with bronze. The final of the SM4 100-metre medley. SM3 swimmer Tanja Scholz of Germany came from behind in the final length, overtaking swimmers with a less severe impairment and cruising to a convincing first place. Great Britain's Grace Harvey was looking to upgrade her Tokyo 2020 Paralympic silver to a gold in the SV5 100-metre breaststroke. But Zhang Li of China would chase her all the way. The pair battled for the top spot on the podium, with Harvey clinching the win in the race's final moments. Team GB were the dominant force in the 4x100-metre freestyle relay S14. They finished with a significant lead, while Brazil in second. Much of the race was overtaken in the final 25 metres by Australia, who won the silver. French star Emmeline Pierre looked to impress her home crowd in the S10 100-metre freestyle. But amongst the field was world record holder and reigning Paralympic champion Aurélie Rivard of Canada. There was little between the swimmers on the first length, Pierre in second at the turn. In the second length, both Pierre and Rivard pulled away from the pack, battling for the win. The French swimmer took gold in a burst of closing speed, shocked to topple the Canadian world record holder.
J'ai rêvé de ce moment un million de fois. Et aujourd'hui, j'arrive à faire ça devant un public français, devant tous mes proches. J'ai vécu des années très compliquées. Et en 2 ans, j'ai passé tellement de steps. Je remercierai jamais en tout cas mes proches et mon staff qui m'entourent depuis 2 ans. C'est grâce à eux que j'arrive à performer ce soir.
Surreal, like, yeah, I did it. I did what I came here to do after the breaststroke. I had something to prove to myself and I did it, so yeah, I'm so happy. But I don't think it's quite set in yet, but we're so lucky we have such amazing support network. Like the coach I'm with here, Rob Woodbury, he's like, stay calm, you've done the work, I'm proud of your journey. And even when I'm here, he's giving me little tips extra to help me. So yeah, it's just amazing.
The boccia women's individual BC1 bronze medal match featured Japan's Endo Hiromi against Yusei Andrade of Bermuda. Andrade set the distance in the first end, throwing a long jack, but it was Endo, throwing the blue balls, who had the edge, scoring with this shot and taking a 1-point lead into the second end. The Japanese player followed up her first jack with a fine shot, which forced her opponent to use 5 balls to switch the advantage. Endo then countered with this shot, which both scored and partially blocked off the jack. Andrade was unable to counter, and Endo used her remaining balls to increase her lead to 4 at the halfway stage. Another long jack for the third end, but the Bermudan made several unforced errors, which gave Endo another chance to increase her lead. Trailing 6-0, Andrade would need to score with all 6 balls in the last to save the match. It wasn't to be. A dominant display from Endo Hiromi, so she claimed the bronze. The gold medal match in the women's individual BC2 division featured Cristina Gonçalves of Portugal and Jong So-young of the Republic of Korea. Gonçalves, throwing the red balls, got off to a great start, her first shot nestling up to the jack. Jong, a bronze medalist in this event at London 2012, used all her balls, but could dislodge her opponent's scoring shot. Advantage Gonçalves. Jong went short with the jack in end 2, and her early ball placement made the angle tricky for the left-handed Portuguese. Gonçalves crowded the area around the jack, known as the head, and, despite several over-the-top efforts from Jong, the Portuguese led 3-0 at the halfway stage. The third end was a closer affair, but it was another score for the Portuguese. Drama in the final moments. With Jong's shot clock approaching 0, she attempted a final ball, which was blocked by the official, The release clearly coming after the countdown had reached 0. A tough moment for Zhong, who had to settle for silver. Cristina Gonçalves, a 20-year Paralympic veteran, who won team gold at Athens 2004, now with an individual gold to go with it.
The first medal match of the para-badminton at Paris 2024 was for bronze in the women's doubles WH1, WH2 category. The Swiss pairing of Cynthia Mattez and Ilaria Ringling were up against Sujirat Pukum and Amnui Wetwitan
Representing Thailand, Sujirat
The Thai couple won bronze last time around, but would have to fight if they wanted to retain their crown. Wetwitan levelled it up at 8-all in a tight opening. But the Swiss opened up an advantage, 2 game points in hand. But both were saved as an excellent backhander from Wetwitan made it 20-all. Something had to give. The game points of their own, and the Thais made no mistakes. Another excellent backhander from Wetwitan again. The Swiss came roaring back, opening up a 17-7 lead in the second. The Thai pairing showed tremendous fortitude though. They won an incredible 13 of the next 15 to set up match point, which the Swiss saved, before going on to save 4 more. Could they possibly do it for a 6th time? No. Wetwitan's finish was too good, and the bronze medal was theirs, finally. An incredible ending to the match, which finished 27-25, but it's Pukum and Wetwitan who won their second consecutive bronze medal after an amazing contest. The gold medal match was a repeat of the final from Tokyo 2020, as Liu Yutong and Yin Menglu from the People's Republic of China faced Paralympic champions Satomi Sarina and Yamazaki Yuma from Japan. As befitting a gold medal match, there was little to separate the 2 teams. The Japanese in blue went into the break ahead by the narrowest of margins, but the Chinese were pretty much flawless as the game went on. Satomi's return into the net set up game point, which Liu and Yin duly won. Their first test passed and just 1 game away from gold. But the Japanese were enjoying their experience. An excellent return from Satomi saw them move 3 ahead.
10-7.
However, 4 straight points for the world champions changed the complexion of the game. Once ahead, they refused to let go of the lead, and within minutes, they were 1 stroke from glory. An excellent winner from Liu, and the Chinese had overcome the team who beat them at Tokyo 2020. A truly worthy final, and amazing scenes at La Chapelle Arena. The Chinese are the new Paralympic champions.